Let me just begin by introducing our, AMA expert from the MSME wing, Mrs. Atima Fahim. She's an industrial promotions officer at MSME wing at Commissioners of Industries, Government of Telangana. And we have here attendees, and I would like to extend my, special thanks to the attendees for, waiting for 10 to 12 minutes of time before we started this session. So Mrs. Atifa, if you'd like to give some welcome remarks before we open the floor for questions from the attendees here. Over to you.
Yeah, hello everybody. I hope the people are aware of what we are going to discuss about. Actually, our sir, Mr. Madhukar, was very interested and keen to take up this activity. So here we got a platform which is a win-win for both of us. The aspirants will be working on it, and also as a department for us also. So I'm here to help you out and also to learn. So let's see how the session goes. I welcome everybody here.
Thank you, Mrs. Atifa. So this session will cover only one specific use case, which is MSME chatbot. We have 6 use cases in the Telangana AI Rising Grand Challenge, but this AMA session is to address only questions related to the MSME chatbot only. And if there are questions which Mrs. Atifa may not be able to answer due to time limitations or due to other limitations, we will be taking a note of it, and we will reach out and address your queries offline. So in case your question is not getting answered, please email to us from the email ID that is already mentioned on the website. So the floor is open for questions. Please raise your hands to ask questions. So we have one question in the Q&A. I'll address. How details should the proposal be? Does it need to be simple words on point to point or detailed report on each stage of till POC? See, when you sign up for the portal, when you are applying to the Grand Challenge, there is a proposal document, approach note guidelines, which will cover basic info that we are expecting for you to share with us while filling a proposal. So you can also share the company pitch deck, your basic pitch deck, and the which will give us idea about your background, what your company does, your team's background, and then you can focus on building the approach note document, which has a fixed set of information available on the in the guideline when you are signing up. So yeah, it can be detailed, it can be crisp, but I would suggest to keep it crisp and to the point on addressing the proposed solution for this specific use case only. Yeah. I would also request if you would like to, ask the questions using voice so that, you can have a proper interaction instead of just typing the questions in the Q&A section.
Yeah. So, yes, ma'am. So I just want to know, first of all, hello, I'm from Neurotatex, and like, I want to know who will be the target user of this chatbot. As I for know the business problem, it's like something the MSME also going to be used this for their like updated information for the government and the like authority, some kind of opportunities they will have, and I mean your authorities also is going to be use this for the further analysis of the data to provide benefits to this MSME. So is this chatbot is going to be used like the for both of the party or only for the MSME you want to build this?
Okay. So the intended users of this chatbot will be MSMEs or any beneficiaries, individuals who would like to set up some MSME. Any questions how to go about setting up an MSME in Telangana? So as you say, the data is dynamic, but in this case, like any government will have a policy for a period, schemes for a period. So most of the data will be static in sense the guidelines, the rules and regulations, they are not going to change dynamically. So the data which changes is not supposed to be shared with end users. Like how do you say MSMEs? They are not what I say end users for dynamic
Chatbot.
data. Mostly
Okay.
they need static data only. Like what are the rules and regulations of the department, how the form is to be filled, what kind of incentives will be provided. So the policy documents, the memorandums, those will be mostly static. And also, if any changes are there, they are once in a while, not very frequent, so that the bot needs to get updated. Those kind of updates are relevant in any stream or any bot, I suppose.
Okay, okay. So for you, like it's like for this chatbot should be like specific use case for the MSME and the for properly it's for your the department use.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, got it, got it.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a few more questions in the chat box, which I will like to address before we move on to the next person. How can we access MSME schemes? Is there a place? So MSME scheme documents are available online in an open forum, and we expect the startups to scrape those documents while, building a chatbot for this uses. So you can scrape the state government as well as central government use cases, but this specific chatbot will be focusing on the Telangana based MSMEs at the first place. Although central government schemes are applicable to them, so you'll have to get access to the data accordingly. Yeah.
Yes.
So next question is, while building POC, what kind of data would be made available? Will there be any access to MSME registrations or data bank? There is a use case document already on the website where we are putting the information, and the data for the MSME schemes will be from the offline, from the online open source documents. But ma'am, would you like to answer this point? Where will there be any access to MSME registrations or data bank data? We have not committed as such, because this will be populated by the MSMEs themselves who are using the chatbot. But if you'd like to add any points on top of it to address the question.
Just now, as I mentioned, the that kind of data might not be required for the chatbot what we are expecting. Anyhow, some analytical data can be made and shared, but not the exact list of MSMEs, or that thing is not required for any chat user. So, like if you ask how many such industries are there in such place to make some analysis, that kind of data can be made available. But the what do I say, individual data of a particular MSME or a particular industry is not required, although.
Okay, so, ma'am, but here I want to add something. Like on the last session, when Sir mentioned, like he mentioned one special point, like prediction of birth and death of MSME. So he wants, like after registration, the authority should get some alert immediately when someone just registered their MSME. Something that kind of requirement he mentioned very clearly. So for this, we need that kind of data, I think so. But if you're saying that that is not feasible right now, so can we use some dummy data, that kind of thing, just to showcase the concept?
In that case, I'll just check with like see, we have data of Udyam registrations. It is almost 13 lakh MSMEs, 13 lakh plus MSMEs are registered on it. I will check with my department once if that particular data can be shared, then definitely I'll do it
Yeah,
for
or
this
we can,
particular.
or for to showcase some any concept, can we use some dummy data, or like just to be showcase the concept? Is that I mean
Yeah,
allowed?
for the sake of concept is fine.
Hmm.
But if you want even exact data, that I'll check and confirm. If it is possible, then we'll definitely share that data also.
Yeah,
It is
because
a
like
huge data, however.
that I got point, but like the three four pointers that Sir mentioned in the last session, those are mostly like data. I mean, we require the correct information basically. That's why I asked this. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I'll check with sir and I'll make the necessary
Thank,
arrangement.
thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, there
Hello.
was this question. Okay, so
Yeah, hi. Actually, I have a few doubts, ma'am. Previous session, sir mentioned like 4 to 5 things which he wants in the chatbot. One is like he wants to know like how many registrations are there of Udyam. So he's like, for example, there are like 17 agencies which do the MSME registrations, but you don't have an estimate of how many registrations are there. So he wants that. And second one is that he wants to know, he wants to add the schemes part from the central and the state government in the chatbot. And third thing is what the previous speaker mentioned, that the birth and the death of an MSME. So he told mentioned various things. I just wanted some clarity on what exactly do we need to do like in the chatbot. What do you mainly expect from us, and what is the main part of the chatbot? Because these are multiple things which he mentioned at once, right? So I just wanted some clarity on that basis.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and then
just
just ma'am, before you answer this question, I want to add the part of this question just to be get more clarity, because of these different features are want. That's why I asked initially. I mean, by this going through this information, it shows that the chatbot should be like used by MSME and as well as a department as well. So that is something like two ways going. So that is something we need clarity. I mean, what exactly you are
yeah.
expecting the chatbot thing, or you want a complete solution chatbot with something else that can be directly accessed by the authorities or people, departments
Um,
like that.
Right. Ma'am, before you answer the question, I would like to request the attendees. See, in the webinar, informational webinar we conducted where Madhukar sir spent time with you and, informed a broader vision of the MSME department in terms of, how they are looking at using AI for the different use cases. So it was a much broader, vision and with much broader use cases. So at this point of time, we are focusing only on building MSME chatbot, and we are limited to the expectations that are set in the use case document that is there on the website. Okay, so birth and death of the predicting the death of MSME and all is beyond the scope for this specific grand challenge. So please consider only the expectations set in the document that is there on the website for this grand challenge and for this round. Okay, and now, ma'am, you can add it on top of it because maybe you were not there in the webinar. So, a lot of people
Yes.
are getting confused on the grander vision that, the sir shared with them.
Yeah,
So,
no,
just to clarify.
actually, I've been with sir, and I understand his vision. So that's why I am getting the points which people are raising. But however, when I see this particular document and also the feasibility like of the grand challenge, it will be for the MSME users, not for the department. When you come to the department, there are a lot of things which we want to get things done through AI. But however, what I feel and what I see now is we are supposed to build a chatbot which is intended for MSME users, not for the department. And also the Udyam data, one like whatever things you have mentioned, the trends of the Udyam, how many are getting registered and what kind of units are getting registered. Those are all from the point of view of the department. So how we want to see as of the now the what the document mentions, it should be the helping bot for the users, what schemes they are eligible for, what can they apply for, and I mean what are the available products for the MSMEs from the department, be it state government or central government. For that particular thing we can provide the handbook of schemes, compendium of schemes, which includes all state government schemes and central government schemes. I don't know if they are available in public domain, but we have made a compendium of schemes. So that's that instead of browsing through it manually, that can be developed into a chart. Even that information will be through AI will be very beneficial for users instead of just searching and getting the data. So that particular thing I can share. Like I will check with KU what probably I can do, how to share it or how to made it available to you. That KU will take care of.
Sure.
So whatever data, Udyam data, I am here to provide, and also the compendium of schemes. So as of now, you can think of making something which is useful to MSMEs or potential entrepreneurs who will be using this.
Right. Okay. Uh, Ms. Atifa ma'am, there are a lot of questions coming on the chat. So and there are a few raised hands as well. So we'll address one by one. So I'm taking few questions from the Q&A first, and then we'll go to the comments, and then we'll go to the raised hands ones.
Okay.
Yeah, one question by Santosh is, by building the POC, what kind of data would be made available? Will there be any access to MSME registrations or data bank? I think we answered this.
Yes,
Right.
Udyam data will be made
Yes,
available.
yes. How many MSMEs for POC to estimate the load and prepare the infra? I think, ma'am, if you would like to answer, yeah.
See, as of now, we have 13 lakh plus MSMEs registered in Udyam. So the a tranche of data to be given or whole data, that technically you have to see.
Yeah, so I think what the like applicant is asking is not clear in terms of how many MSMEs.
Yeah, you.
So yeah, yes,
Sorry, this is
Chiranjeevi.
Chiranjeevi. Yeah. So I posed the question.
Hmm.
Ma'am, what I was asking is, are we going to open the POC for all the MSMEs, or we know some set of POC, some set of MSMEs who we work with closely, and then we want to release the POC only to them?
Okay.
See, the
No,
deployment will always start slow, and at the
pilot basis,
round two,
obviously.
at the POC stage, it will be just to check the feasibility of the solution. It will be only deployed if that solution is, winning it. Okay, so there won't be
Yeah,
any deployment before that.
got it. So at least for the POC stage, the MSME data that Madam was telling earlier, one, if at all it is made available to us, we will try to use that data. For example, what industry are they into, what sector? Because I think all this information is needed for AI to check the eligibility of the scheme, right? So we'll try to get that. Second, for the POC, Kayur and ma'am, what I'm assuming is the eligibility, whether the SME is whether the MSME is eligible for the scheme or not, need to be a button that the user will have to press on the app, on the chatbot, is what I'm assuming. So my question will be, in the long run, right? In a long run solution, ideally, this eligibility can be checked dynamically, in a batch where you do end of the day kind of a thing. You have a new registrations coming up, and then you have a lot of schemes. So we can run a service or a batch that will check the eligibility criteria, and then we send out communication links to the MSMEs that, hey, we think that you may be eligible for this scheme. Click here to open up, and then chatbot will open up. So what I'm assuming is, at least for the POC purposes, we are assuming that for testing purposes, the user will be clicking the eligibility button on the chatbot to check the eligibility criteria. Is that the assumption correct, or do you have different views on this?
Eligibility pattern, I don't understand what do you mean by eligibility pattern. It will be some eligibility for some particular MSME. I'm sorry, I'm not able to get what do you mean by eligibility pattern.
That's my follow-up question, ma'am, actually. So when we say an MSME is eligible for some scheme, right? Is it a
Okay.
Boolean, like, yes, eligible, no, not eligible, or it's like,
Yeah. Yes. There are a number of like it's a checklist. No, it cannot be only yes or no. There are certain conditions to be satisfied for a MSME to avail some particular scheme.
okay, so the data that
Basically,
we
for
have,
yes,
the data that we have about MSME is from the registration site, which is limited and cannot confirm the eligibility on its own. Is that correct?
yeah, right. Basically, eligibility more than eligibility, it is the requirement of MSME for what it want to go. See,
Okay.
eligibility is only if to check if it is micro or small or medium. So those will be simple Boolean values, what you say in your terms. Other than that, the requirement of MSME is different. There are multiple schemes. If somebody want to go for international exhibition, that is a different requirement. So requirements are different. Eligibility is not a bigger issue.
Okay.
MSMEs which are established within the state of Telangana is the eligibility. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, Kair.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope, Chiranjeevi, your questions are answered.
Yep. Yep. All good.
Right.
Thanks.
Thanks. I have just shared a handbook kind of a thing which mentions the MSME schemes in Telangana. So you can click on the link and refer to that document. It's a public document which you can refer to while using the data. All right. So one more question, ma'am. Many government sites have basic chatbots and tools like ChatGPT can read scheme PDFs and answer questions. What key differentiators should we focus on while building the prototype? So just to clear, this is more of a proposal stage where they will propose. They don't have to build anything right now. If they are selected for next round, they will be building a proof of concept at the next stage. Yeah. So just to make it clear. So yeah, what is the difference that you are trying to address with this chatbot when we have chat GPTs and other scheme related documents available?
ChatGPT, see, for ChatGPT is now a solution for anything and everything right now. But relying on relying on ChatGPT is not bad. But when a person visits MSME site for MSME particular information, so definitely we would like to provide the similar kind of support which ChatGPT provides. So when ChatGPT is doing something, we
Um, Ma'am, we
that's it.
lost your voice in between. I think you're audible again. Yeah.
Yeah. No, see, I understand ChatGPT, if you provide a document, it will give whatever you want. But when a person is visiting the industry site or MSME site, so then and there, if we could provide the information required for them, that would be better. We cannot leave everything for ChatGPT. Definitely, it will do. But if ChatGPT is doing something, we cannot leave it for them to do everything.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Thanks. So I'll add on top of it, ma'am. ChatGPT is a proprietary tech, and it costs tons of money to use it to, provide the results. One of the objective of this MSME chatbot is to make it cost effective, and we also need personalized, outcomes, which is specific to MSME use cases. ChatGPT is general, GPT. What we want to build it here is something which is very unique and specific to MSME related, use case only. So I hope this answers the question. We will move on to the next question. What specific pain point for MSMEs does the challenge aim to solve first? Is it scheme discovery? Is it eligibility guidance or full application automation? Uh,
One second, I'll go through the question once.
yeah, it's in Q&A. Is it what are
Yes,
the
yes.
priorities for this use case? Is it
Yes,
just scheme
submits the
discovery?
channel
Yeah.
eligibility guidelines. Sorry. Scheme discovery would be, I suppose, all the three are important, but if I have to mention something on top, scheme discovery. Many people are not aware of what exact things are provided in the schemes and policies. Like new MSME policy has come up, and existing industrial policy is also there, but people are not aware of basically what our thought process was initially. If you provide your information, like what are you or what you are going to do, then whatever information we have as a department, we will provide. And then if for a particular thing in detail we can provide. That's any basic kind of browsing, what you can say. So scheme eligibility is the most important first thing. And when he is scheme, not scheme discovery first, scheme discovery, and then eligibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, on this, with this grand challenge use case, we are looking at, all three, possibilities. Discoverability is definitely key, scheme discoverability, but eligibility and guidance with the complex process is also what we are, planning to get out of this, specific use case. So I think this answers the current question. Moving on to the next question. Um, should the just a second. Yeah,
Uh, Kayur, in terms of the what you are only the information retrieval you want to do. One is the discoverability, and then second eligibility criteria. That's it, right? I mean, you don't want to do the reverse thing of filling up the form and then submission. So that's also possible with Gen AI.
sure, sure. Thanks. So just to introduce, M. Chokalingam is our team member and he's a technical expert. He just joined. He was with another, important meeting. So I would also request if you have any more technical questions for this specific grant challenge, feel free to ask it to Chalks as well. He'll be here to, guide us through those questions as well. Chalks, if Chalks or Tifa ma'am, should the proposed solution be integrated to the MSME website or we can propose an independent solution? This is the question by one of the attendees.
See, returning back to the site needs a lot of again backward API integration, right? These sites, I don't know. Many of these sites are pretty legacy sites, right? I mean, 10 years back or 5 years back. So the capability should be there if you want to return some information back to the MSME portal.
All right. Okay. Chalks, there was one technical question in the beginning of the meeting. Is there a maximum acceptable response time for chatbot when answering user queries, considering them fetching and generating responses might
See,
be a few seconds?
yes. So this is again how you maintain your session, right? How much session time you keep when you are typing a response, right? For example, 63 seconds. You can't have an endless cycle because it will queue your system, right? I mean, when more people come in, I mean, it starts the response will go down. You can't manage the latency. So you have at least a base session time. Uh, Through your cache system, you can have a base session time 30 seconds or 60 seconds, whatever. But it kind of cannot be infinite.
All right. Okay, thanks. There was one question which I missed. Will the entire challenge process be conducted online or will there be an offline in-person component? I'll answer that. Till round three, there is no offline physical presence needed. Only if you are a startup which gets selected in the top three category per use case, you will have to, come here and, present your solution in front of juries. And the winner will be expected to work with the State Department, and it would need couple of physical meetings and physical presence as well. So I hope that answers the question, Abu Zamani. We'll move on to the next one. We have few raised hands. Sashidharan, if you'd like to, ask your question.
Hi, Kay. Hi, team. Thank you. So I wanted to check about the language which we are going to handle, whether it is going to be only English data or as well as the communication will be in Telugu as well. Because there might be a reason that I mean every MSME who people won't be knowing English elsewhere.
Correct.
So I wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, so the input is English. All the scheme documents which we are expecting you to process is English, whereas
Okay.
the output needs to be English and Telugu.
Okay. 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 So the communication medium might be English and Telugu both.
Yes, 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 correct. Yeah.
Got it.
Srinivas, you have your hand raised. If you'd like to unmute and ask your question.
Thanks, Keyur. So, just to kind of summarize, I just wanted a summarized answer here, which is this rather would be firstly it would be a proposal and then there'll be a POC that has to be made for the 3 weeks, right? Within a duration of 3 weeks, and then adding to that in the POC, there'll be this use cases whatever we have proposed plus will there be a chance? Because I think this question was asked earlier, but I just wanted to re-ask, which is, will we be given the access or a pilot access to integrate with that TS iPass portal so that we can fetch the data, or how is that going to be? And one more follow-up question to this. Are we looking at any particular LLM model as an open source model, or are we kind of looking to any specific LLM model as such?
All right. Chalks, would you like to answer the question?
Yeah. See, we are open to any open models, right? I mean, open model in the sense Llama or 5.4 or whatever open models you are find out, right? So those were fine. It should be open model. That's all. Not even open source. We are not looking for open source. There's a difference, right? I mean,
Yeah.
open models you get only the weights, right? So that any open models which gives you the weights, it's fine.
Yeah. And his
And
first question was on the TS iPass. Ma'am, if you would like to address that question, or if you can also come back to it later. He was asking, would they get access to integrating it to TS iPass at the POC stage? But what is the purpose of it, Srinivas?
On the use case document, I could see that there was a need that was asked that the bot has to be integrated with TSI Pass. So during the POC stage, do you would you kind of be interested in looking at the integration also, or would it be some kind of a static data or something that we can present? That was the intent of the question query.
All right. I think it would need some technical understanding, so I would like to redirect this question to Chalks again.
So again, see when you at the POC.
Integration with TSI Pass. See, TSI Pass portal is also hosted on that same industry's portal only. So, okay, some competent person might answer it better. See, with my understanding, I may not be able to answer that particular question.
But when was this portal up, ma'am? I mean, any idea? I mean, because the thing is like there are two-way communication, right? Whenever I get an information, so that's then there is no action. I'm just pushing the information and read it and consume. That's the end. But if I want to push back some information back to your system, right? The relevant field has to be have a, what it say? The field should be have a post request, right? I can genuinely I can post it. So those are the APIs which should be ready. So then we need to understand that system. Then okay, we have to arrange one more meeting with your expertise, and then we can see at what stage this to be done at the integration level before, at least before the integration side.
Srinivas, I would like to request you to post this question on email so that we can come back to you with the right answer. So yeah, thanks for that. Now, Srinivas, do you have any more questions, or we should move on?
No, I guess I am done. If there are any further more detailed technical, I'll drop an email in the same thread.
Definitely. Thank you. Bhavani,
Thank you.
you have your hand raised.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for setting this up initially. So I have two, three questions. I'll just break it down. So first is like, what is the exact judging criteria? Like, because I understand the objective and the expected outcomes is clearly mentioned in the website, but at the same time, right, is it intended for the literates, or like, because schemes, the ecosystem which people have in certain villages is different comparatively, right? So at the same time, their literacy rate would also be different. So is it something we are the end users, like, do we need to calculate the farmers as well, where they can give the voice input of how they intend to ask the question? Because this is Telangana, so Telugu and English is something which is very important over here, right? So do you have that use case specific, and what exactly is the judging criteria? They both can, come together. And the third one, do we have any WhatsApp or anything created for it, for this use case, people? And the final one, I have submitted the what is it, the proposal one with respect to this MSME. I created a PPT and submitted. It is still in pending state, I guess. So what would be the next step? Sorry for asking too many questions, but
Right. I'll answer the two pertaining to the operational point. One was you're
Mhm.
asking about the guidelines, right? What are
Hmm.
the evaluation criteria? It is there mentioned on the microsite page that has it for round one and round two both.
Mhm.
I think that should answer that question. Secondly, you mentioned that you had submitted your application. So this is related to like you have submitted it to specific to this challenge, or you have submitted it to
Correct.
MSME in another context?
No, this challenge itself,
Right, right.
MSME.
So you'll get an update in some time. I hope you have submitted it fully with all other documents that were required.
Hmm. Correct.
Yeah. So basis the timeline, there's also a timeline mentioned. So when the next milestone is there on announcing the results, you'll be able to, get an update on that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Regarding your other two questions, maybe you can repeat it so that, the experts can get better idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that is specific to maybe choke or something.
Can you
So
be a
like
bit
the language,
louder? We are not able to hear you clearly. Yeah.
is it? Okay.
It's not audible. Yeah, it's not very
Maybe you
clear.
can bring your microphone near. Yeah.
Okay. How is it now? I mean,
It's
this end of
okay,
the
but
able to
yeah,
be audible.
please.
So my other questions are like from the judging criteria, right? So I saw the outcome of the project, but at the same time, is it language intended? Because the ecosystem in the villages would entirely be different because they may not understand, and even the challenge it has autofill facilities and all. So like I'm just trying to understand what exactly more is needed when applicant really goes to the chat and gives his information. Does it need to fill the form and submit the scheme for which he or she is looking for?
Okay, yeah. As you said previously, also farmers and all, I think not very illiterate persons will be the end users of this chat. But however, Telugu would be beneficial. Like the students or upcoming entrepreneurs might be comfortable in Telugu. So language is intended. Yes, English and Telugu both are required. And
Mhm.
like initially.
We lost you, ma'am.
Chatting would be
We
beneficial,
lost your voice.
I feel, so that
Uh,
the
Atifa, ma'am, we are not able to hear
information
you.
can given.
Yeah, there's some issue with your microphone like this time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better.
No, getting information from the user is also better. What I feel customized, like in what depth or what detail should be given to the user. So a small form, basic 2 3 details can be taken, and then the information may be provided.
Hello.
Yeah,
Am I not audible?
you are audible, ma'am. Yeah. Uh, Bhavani,
Yeah,
does
yeah,
this
you are
address
audible.
your query?
Mhm. Yeah, to some extent. So, and do we have any WhatsApp created for this use case group?
No, we haven't created a WhatsApp group, but we'll take your suggestion and we may circulate the WhatsApp joining links to the attendees and to the interested participants at the later stage. Yeah.
Sure,
Uh,
sure.
hey, Kayur, my
Because
question.
now after this session, we might come up with the other questions, right? So
Sure.
that would
So for
run
that, we have
today's
an email ID
general session.
which can address your queries for anything related to operational or any queries, not just technical in nature. So you
Okay.
can beam the question to that email ID and we'll be answering you there.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, Kayur. So
Hi,
my
Pasha.
question to you. So yeah. So from where do we get the data?
Pasha, I think this was already covered in few questions
Oh,
like when we
oh,
started
sorry,
the
I
session.
joined late actually. I joined in the beginning, but waited 10 minutes and okay.
Yes, there was some technical glitch while we started the session, so it started delayed. We need to scrape the data from open, MSME schemes, and I
Okay.
have also shared, Telangana schemes document, which I'll share again in the chat, so that you can refer to it. So that data needs to be scrapped from open forum.
Okay. So one more question. This itself a separate website, or are we gonna embed the chatbot, somewhere like already existing Telangana website? What is the plan?
No, it's a separate thing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I would also request you, Pasha, to go through the recording again if you have, in case if you have missed like the first half of it. These questions
Yeah.
were answered prior as well. Yeah.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Sorry for
Yes,
that.
yes, yes, yes. No worries.
Joined a
We'll
little
move on
late.
to a couple more questions which are there. So, is chatbot only for MSME certified startups or anyone with an idea or small or micro business? Mrs. Satifa, would you like to answer that? Is this only for MSME certified businesses? I think she's occupied, so I'll try to answer that question. You know, so the MSME schemes are eligible for MSME certified companies. So the companies which fulfill those criterias, so basically the chatbot is to be made for them only. Yeah. So next question, companies like OpenAI offer models available via API access. Would it be acceptable for us to use their models? Chalks, would you like to answer this question?
No, no, it's open models, eh?
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Next question is how this chatbot user flow is like user will log in to get recommendations or you provide the MSME detail to map them to the eligible scheme. I think we have answered this question a couple of times in this. But again, how this chatbot user flow is like user will log into Chalks, would you like to answer this if you would like to reiterate?
So if I'm a general user, right? I mean, you need not collect all the information every time, right? If I'm an information seeker, I can just without a login, I can know the schemes, right? Moment I start interacting with one particular scheme, right? If I feel eligible for that scheme, then you can go ahead and collect the information, or else it will be too much of information collection.
Okay.
Hello. Sorry to disturb. I have a query on this. So in order to give them the proper schemes eligible for them, I mean, we need some information from, right? So that has to be queried through the chat, communicated from the chatbot, or we have to get from the database. So for the POC, I'm asking. So
Design. You can do a basic data collection. Uh, Name, what kind of business they are into. So that basic 4 5 elements which can find out the eligibility. So what you have to do is like look at the some of the schemes and then find out what eligibility criteria each scheme is looking for, and then take the common and put those information. That should be sufficient.
okay, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd like to, correct myself for the last to previous question. Is chatbot only for MSME certified startups or anyone with an idea or small or micro business? The chatbot is meant for anyone with the idea or a small business. The only thing is it should have MSME related schemes available to be searched into. All right, so I think we have answered all the queries on Q&A and in the comment section. Please feel free to ask more questions if you have before we, end this session. Will this AMA recording be published? Yes. After development of POC, would we need to open source the code base of POC or can the code be kept private? Chalks, would you like to answer this question?
So thing is like it depends upon again now if the government adopts, yes, that's why one of the reason is everything is built open source. So nothing and the data belongs to the government, so it cannot be proprietary.
Okay.
It still to be open source and government can use it.
Right. There is one more question. So we cannot use OpenAI Gemini Cloud.
Yes, you cannot.
Yeah. All right. And there is one question related to operations. How many startups will be chosen to build the POC? See, it is very subjective and we cannot, give you the exact number, but it will be, multiple companies with good approach note, and depending on the, their approach to the solution, we will be picking them. So we will share the mail ID here. So my colleague Priyanka will just type the mail ID where you can, get your queries addressed. So Chalks, there are more questions in terms of the models that they should use. Someone is asking, can we use Llama?
Yes,
Hosted somewhere
that's
like
what I
that?
said. Na? Any open model they can use.
Yeah. All right. So there's one more question. Even though we are not integrating this chatbot into other website, the UI need to look like a chatbot and it will be a standalone application.
Yes, it should look like a standalone application. See, even if they give a replicate kind of not replicate, I can say any crew AI kind of streamlit kind of UI, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah, minimum UI. Yeah, minimum UI. So.
All right. Okay. I think we have answered all the questions. So we'll wrap this, AMA session until unless if anyone has any specific question, we'll wrap this in few seconds.
Hi, actually, I have one last question. In the form, like when I was filling it, there was this thing that is there a woman in your team? So will that come as some level of advantage for the application?
No, no.
Because it was mentioned on the form, so I just
Correct,
want.
but it was just to capture and understand, from the gender diversity point of view.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. Any timeline for POC submission? Yes, all the timelines are mentioned on the microsite. Please refer to the timeline section for that. All right. Okay. Thank you so much to Mrs. Atifa and to Chokalingam for helping address these queries. We really appreciate your time that you've spent with attendees and who would like to apply for this grand challenge. I hope this session was fruitful and would give more clarity on how to apply in terms of this specific use case for MSME chatbot. So with this, we will like to end this AMA session. But to the attendees, we have three more AMAs lined up for tomorrow. You can visit our website, visit our LinkedIn page and website to get more info on that. Thank you, everyone. We'll end this
Thank you.
AMA
Thank
here.
you.
Thank
All
you.
the best.
Thank you, Atifa. Thank you. Thank you, Chalks. Bye.
Bye.